Welcome back to This Is Not CBC.
In tonight's episode of We Swear This Isn't Satire, Prime Minister Mark Carney has reportedly apologized to President Donald Trump for that tasteless anti-tariff ad that aired across American TV screens.
Did you apologize to Donald Trump about Ontario's anti-tariff act?
I did. I did apologize to the president. The president was offended by the act, or by the ad rather, and it's not something I would have done, which is to put in place that advertisement, and so I apologize to him. I'm the one who is responsible in my role as Prime Minister for the relationship with the President of the United States, and the federal government is responsible for the foreign relationship with the U.S. government. So things happen. We take the good with the bad, and I apologize to him.
He viewed the ad with you in advance of it going to air. Since you're the person that's solely responsible for negotiations, did you inform Mr. Ford that this is something that you did not want to go forward with?
Yes.
And what came of that?
Well, you saw what came of it.
The Prime Minister, are things strained now because of
No,
what's happened?
not at all. He saw the ad before I put it out, so did his chief of staff. They both saw it, and we moved forward on it. But again, we achieved our goal. As we say, mission accomplished. It was done. They're talking about it in the U.S., and they weren't talking about it before I put the ad on. So I'm glad that Ronald Reagan was a free trader.
You know, the one Canadians didn't even see, didn't approve, and definitely didn't pay for. Oh, wait. According to sources, the apology was graciously accepted by President Trump, who probably appreciated that Canada still knows how to say sorry, even when we're not sure what for.
I have a very good relationship. I like him a lot. But you know what they did was wrong. He was very nice. He apologized for what they did with the commercial. Because it was a false commercial. It was the exact opposite. Ronald Reagan loved tariffs. And they tried to make it look the other way. And he did apologize, and I appreciated it. We had a great dinner, with other countries, as you know. And I think we have a very good relationship personally. I think that what they did was wrong, but he apologized.
Now, Canadians are scratching their heads, wondering why we were spending money on an American commercial instead of, say, food, housing, or a working healthcare system. Was this Carney's new economic plan, boosting American ad revenue? Because when you think about it, maybe this wasn't just an ad. Maybe it was a message, a signal, a soft launch for Canada's upcoming audition to become, the 51st state? Who better to lead that charge than Mark Carney himself, the man with 503 investment companies registered in the United States, a wife working for an American firm, and children being educated south of the border. It's like Canada's Prime Minister, but with an American zip code. Let's not forget, during his campaign, Carney seemed to prefer talking to American networks instead of his own citizens. Every time tariffs hit Canada, who did he run to? CNN? MSNBC? Not Canadians. Maybe he figured we couldn't afford cable anymore. So what's the plan here? Tank the economy just enough that Washington sends us a care package? Bankrupt the country so thoroughly that we beg for annexation? Just so he can finally run for president of something bigger?
Thank you. Thanks. See you going back?
I'll go back. I'm glad you upgraded me to president.
Oh, did I say? Great stuff.
That's good. I started.
At least I didn't say that.
Maybe the ad wasn't about tariffs at all. Maybe it was Carney's audition tape for the White House. Hi, I'm Mark from Toronto, but my heart, my house, my hedge funds, and my family are all American. Let's be honest, this is the same man who oversaw economic collapse in the UK. Flew home before the budget could expose the numbers, and now, here we are again, watching history on repeat. Except this time he's got a Canadian passport and a censorship bill to keep us from asking questions about it. So, when the cameras roll and Carney smiles next to Trump, saying they had a very good talk, just remember this isn't CBC. This is the part of the story they won't run. Because while Canadians are told to tighten their belts, the guy holding the purse strings is already shopping in New York.